Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into tax deductions for entrepreneurs and self-employed hustlers. We'll be using Bernard B. Kameroff's book, 475 Tax Deductions for Businesses and Self-Employed Individuals, as our guide. This book is a goldmine of information, and today, I'm breaking down the top deductions you need to know. Remember, I'm not a tax professional, so this isn't financial advice. Let's get started. Before we get into specifics, let's talk about what a tax deduction is. It's a legitimate business expense you can subtract from your income, lowering your taxable income and the amount of taxes you owe. For every dollar you can deduct, that's potentially 20, 30, even 40 cents saved, depending on your tax bracket. The golden rule of tax deductions is documentation. The IRS loves receipts, invoices, and any proof you can provide to back up your claims. So get yourself organized. A simple spreadsheet or accounting software can be a lifesaver come tax time. Think of it like this. You wouldn't show up to court without evidence, right? The IRS is kind of like a judge in this scenario. They need to see the proof before they give you the deduction. Be diligent, be organized, and don't leave money on the table. Let's talk about office expenses. These are some of the most common deductions for entrepreneurs and business owners. First up, rent. Whether you're renting an office space or a co-working spot, those rent payments are deductible. And it's not just rent. Utilities like electricity, gas, water, and internet are fair game. Then there are office supplies, pens, paper, printer ink, staplers, the essentials. Don't forget about furniture. That ergonomic chair, standing desk, or coffee machine, all deductible if used primarily for business. The key here is primarily for business. If you're using that home office for both personal and business use, calculate the percentage of time and space dedicated to business. Keep those receipts. The IRS loves documentation. For many entrepreneurs, the road is their office. The IRS offers two methods for deducting vehicle expenses: the standard mileage rate and the actual expense method. The standard mileage rate is a fixed rate per mile that factors in gas, depreciation, and insurance. The actual expense method lets you deduct the actual costs of operating your vehicle for business purposes. Which method is right for you? It depends on your individual circumstances. And don't forget about travel expenses. If you're traveling for business, you can deduct things like airfare, hotel stays, rental cars, and meals. Just make sure you keep those receipts and document the business purpose of your trip. Let's talk about the home office deduction, a valuable tax break for entrepreneurs who work from home. If you use a portion of your home exclusively and regularly for business, you may be able to deduct a portion of your home-related expenses. The space you're claiming as a home office must be used solely for business purposes. If you have a dedicated room that you use exclusively for your business, you're golden. But if you're using a portion of a room, calculate the square footage used for business purposes. Once you've determined your eligible home office space, you can deduct a portion of your home-related expenses, such as rent or mortgage interest, property taxes, utilities, and even homeowners or renters insurance. The deduction is based on the percentage of your home used for business. Make sure you meet all the requirements and have the proper documentation to support your claim. As your business grows, you might need to bring on some extra help. Whether you're hiring full-time employees or independent contractors, those payments can be a significant expense, but they're also tax deductible. When you hire someone as an employee, you're responsible for withholding payroll taxes and paying employer taxes. All these expenses are tax deductible. For independent contractors, you're not required to withhold payroll taxes, but you will need to issue them a Form 1099 NEC if you paid them $600 or more. The payments you make to independent contractors are also tax deductible. Understand the tax implications and make sure you're following the rules. The IRS takes worker classification very seriously, so classify your workers correctly. In today's digital age, marketing and advertising are essential for any business looking to succeed. The good news is, these expenses are often tax deductible. Online advertising costs on platforms like Google, Facebook, and Instagram are generally deductible. This includes the cost of the ads and fees paid to marketing agencies or consultants. Traditional advertising like print ads, radio spots, or billboards can still be effective and are also tax deductible. Don't forget about the costs associated with creating marketing materials like website design, graphic design, photography, and video production. These expenses are all deductible. If you're attending industry conferences or trade shows to promote your business, those expenses can be deductible as well. Be strategic with your marketing efforts, track your expenses carefully, and reap the tax benefits. Depreciation is a tax deduction that allows you to recover the cost of business assets over time. Assets must have a useful life of more than 1 year and be used for business purposes to qualify. Examples of depreciable assets include computers, vehicles, machinery, and office furniture. The most common method for calculating depreciation is the Modified Accelerated Cost Recovery System, or MACRS. MACRS uses a specific formula to determine the depreciation deduction each year. Depreciation can be complex, and the rules can vary depending on the type of asset and how it's used. Consult with a tax professional to make sure you're depreciating your assets correctly and maximizing your deductions. Continuous learning is essential for staying ahead in business. The IRS recognizes the importance of education and training, and many of these expenses are tax deductible. Education expenses directly related to your current business, like attending industry conferences or taking online courses, are generally deductible. These expenses must help you maintain or improve your skills in your current field. If you're looking to expand your business or switch careers, you can deduct education expenses related to those goals as well. The education expenses must be related to your current or future business, and they can't be for personal enrichment or hobbies. The deduction for education expenses is subject to certain income limitations. Keep track of your education and training expenses; they could lead to valuable tax savings. Running a business often requires seeking help from professionals. Legal fees for incorporating your business, drafting contracts, or dealing with legal disputes are generally deductible. The same goes for accounting fees. Hiring a CPA to handle your bookkeeping, payroll, or tax preparation can save you time and money, and those fees are deductible. Other professionals essential to your business, such as financial advisors, business consultants, or marketing agencies, are also deductible. The fees you pay for these services are typically deductible as long as they're directly related to your business. Choose wisely, and make sure you're getting value for your money. Don't be afraid to shop around, compare rates, and ask for referrals. One of the perks of being self-employed is having the flexibility to design your own retirement plan. Contributions to these plans are often tax deductible. One popular option is the Solo 401k, allowing you to contribute both as an employee and an employer. Another option is the Simplified Employee Pension (SEP) IRA, ideal for small business owners and self-employed individuals with no employees. The Simple IRA is available to both small businesses and self-employed individuals with lower contribution limits than the Solo 401k and SEP IRA. No matter which retirement plan you choose, the key is to start saving early and consistently. The power of compound interest is real, and the sooner you start saving, the more time your money has to grow. Plan wisely, and take advantage of these tax-deductible contributions. That's it for today's video. We've covered a lot of ground, and I hope you found it helpful. Remember, these are just a few of the many tax deductions available to entrepreneurs and self-employed individuals. By understanding these deductions and working with a qualified tax professional, you can potentially save thousands of dollars on your taxes and keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tips on maximizing your tax savings. See you next time.